All right, in this lesson, we're going to do the distributive property. We've been doing adding and subtracting polynomials, which is basically we've just been combining like terms, and we're going to move into 7.2 today, which is multiplying polynomials. So there's a couple methods that we're going to learn, starting off with the distributive property because it's something you already know, and it's very easy. And then we're going to move into two new methods to multiplying polynomials by FOIL and a box method. I'm going to teach you that later in the week, and then we'll move on from there. So write down the following problems on the screen here, 1 through 5, and then there's a couple on the next screen, I think. So we're just multiplying. It says simplify the following. Number 1, 2 times x plus 2. So you all know how to do this, not hard. So it's 2 times x and then 2 times 2. So you take the number in front of the parenthesis, multiply it to everything inside the parenthesis. So my answer would be 2x plus 4. So I'm going to write that. Oh, that's really big. Holy crap. You're going to write that in on your notes, all right? So this is going to be 4 times x and then 4 times negative 1. Don't forget the number here has a negative sign in front of it. So it's a negative 1, not positive. So it's 4 times x, 4 times negative 1. All right, write your answer on your paper. I got 4x minus 4. 4x minus 4. We got negative 4 times x, negative 4 times negative 5. That is negative 4x plus 20, because 2 negatives makes a positive. Okay, now using what we did before we were out of school a couple weeks ago, we have 5x times x. So remember, when we multiply, this is when we change exponents. Okay, when you add and subtract, you do not change the exponents. When you multiply, you change the exponents. So this is 5x times x, and then we're going to do 5x times 6. So it is 5x squared, so 5x squared, and then plus 30x, because it's 5x times 6. Okay, this is the little caret thingy is how you do the, that means raise it to a power, so that means squared. Okay, if you need to raise it to the third, you would put a little caret and then a 3. All right, so that says 5x squared plus 30x. Right? Okay, this one says negative 8x times the binomial 3x minus 1. Okay, it's going to be negative 8x times 3x. Negative 8x times 3x is negative 24x squared. Then I have negative 8x times negative 1. All right, so remember, 2 negatives makes a positive. So that's going to be plus 8x, because you have an x here, no x here, so it's just a single x. All right, so that's negative 24x to the second plus 8x. All right, let's look into the, I think there's 3 more examples. All right, so now we have trinomials inside the parenthesis, and we have a monomial outside the parenthesis. So each one, you do your distribute. So you're going to multiply this, this, and then this. Okay? So each problem, I want you to write them down. You're multiplying the first term to all 3 terms inside the parenthesis. So let's look at the first one, number 6. We got 4x times x squared. Remember from a couple weeks ago, 4x times x squared would be 4x cubed, so 4x to the third. Then you have 4x times 4x. That's 4 times 4, 16, and then x squared. And then 4x times negative 1 is negative 4x. All right? So that kind of looks with no spaces, but let's see here. Give me a second. All right, there is your answer. I didn't put an equal sign there, but you should be good. Okay, how about the next one? Negative 4x times x squared minus 2x plus 5. All right, that's going to equal negative 4x cubed. Negative 4x times negative 2x is going to be plus 8x squared. And then it's going to be minus 20x because you're taking negative 4x times 5. All right, and that's minus 20, and then tack an x on the end. Okay, last one. Go ahead, write it down if you haven't already. See if you get this as your final answer. Add the exponents, so it's 10x to the 4th. All right, answer is 10x to the 4th plus 70x cubed minus 30x squared. All right, do your 7.2 worksheet number 1, download the document, submit the document with all your answers. I think there's 8 questions. That's all you have to do today. Questions, let me know. Message me on Schoology or message me on Remind.